The New York Knicks go 31-51.
Yeah.
Who'd have thought? Let's talk about it.
I'd have thought.
Anthony for three.
We see Willis coming out. Won the NBA championship.
Have the first pick in the 1985 NBA college draft.
Season ends the hands of the Chicago Bulls. Reggie Miller is tied the game.
The Bulls are your world champions.
New York Knicks select Kristaps Porzingis.
This is the MadGood Knicks Show!
I'm Far.
I'm TK.
Peter, I'm Steph. Jay.
Gonna give you all Knicks news all damn time. Check us out on Instagram at MadGood Knicks Show. Unfortunately, this is our season finale. We're here to say goodbye. However, if you want to keep following us on Instagram, we'll continue to post content throughout the season.
We'll have more to say.
But we do have a finale here, guys, and we've got a lot to talk about. We've had hell of a season. I wish we could say the same about the New York Knicks. Where's Carmelo going? Is KP going to keep getting better? Is he going to be the face of the franchise? Is he capable? Who are we going to draft? Where are we going to draft?
So many questions for the ages.
Questions, but guess what, guys?
Season full of questions.
We have the answers.
What a surprise.
And also,
Stay
guess
tuned.
what?
What?
Phil Jackson's staying.
Yep.
Just picked up his contract for 2 seasons, right?
Yeah.
That's 2 more
I
years.
think we're still gonna fire him and then get Smush Parker to be a GM.
Yeah.
Should we officially get out of the way right now? Next year.
Oh yeah.
there you
Look
go.
forward to next year, right?
There's always next year.
Damn
What I'm looking forward to is Maurice Endor's max deal next year.
Uh-oh.
That's such a Nick thing to do.
Budding superstar.
Indeed. The next Antetokounmpo.
Next Predator.
Ron,
Eventually, we'll see Joe Kim.
eventually, yeah. That's the other thing that we didn't want to talk about on the show. So this is the time to talk about it. Joakim Noah, Derrick Rose. You know, no love lost, no
Good
love
riddance.
found. Indeed. So, and then of course the draft coming up.
Yeah.
Our in-house NCAA analyst, aka the only one who watches college games here, Taylor, TK, will be breaking that down for us. We're gonna talk about what's the deal with Melo. Is he gonna be coming back? And of course, have a couple fun skits in between.
All for
Gentlemen,
y'all.
it's been a hell of a season.
Yeah.
Let's finish it strong. Let's take question number 1.
So long, farewell to you, my friends.
Question number 1. Carmelo Anthony, maybe he played his last game as a New York Knick.
Yep.
We don't quite know. Also breaking news, Pete disappeared. What happened? But anyway, let's discuss it. All right, guys. So Carmelo Anthony, I'm going to put out my argument here.
Please do.
He is a prolific scorer. KP can still continue to benefit from him. If we draft a point guard that knows how to pass and play defense, I think we're in good shape. Carmelo would be stupid to give up because we're not going to get nearly anything for him that is worthwhile in return.
You guys, I gotta stop you guys right there. You know the tangibles. Okay, we're not gonna give up. We're not gonna get a lot in return for giving him up. But if we give him up, are we potentially opening up not more cap space, but more confidence space? Or, like if new college players come into the Knicks, are they gonna feel as comfortable with playing alongside Melo as they would if just KP was the guy that they're gonna play against or with?
Yeah, I don't know so much about the college players because, for example, NBA players haven't come to New York to play with Melo, and they're best friends with the guy, been on a banana boat with the guy, and they're like, yo, you catch me in Cali, you come to this side because I ain't gonna catch you out there.
Okay, so do you wanna quickly chime in here? I don't want to
Go ahead. Continue this off.
Well, you're making the same points and saying banana boat. I don't like what's.
Since episode 3.
We're getting the same production.
Yeah, that's been Melo fans for the last 7 years.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah, I know we're getting 25 plus points a game. Whatever, same production. Please.
My mind is telling me that
No.
Melo is gonna stay, but my heart is telling me that he's gonna go. I think it's come down to it. I don't want him to go personally, and I think that the team needs a go-to scorer, which we don't have on the roster without Melo. No KP, no slight at you, but you're not the go-to guy just yet.
I agree with you on that.
Yeah.
Thank
I
you.
agree with
Okay,
you.
so with that being said, if you guys understand, I think your time in New York has come to an end. I think Phil is going to completely close that chapter, but I want you to stay. I think
Yeah, no, absolutely.
You want him to stay?
I wanted to make a point about what they were saying, though, about confidence.
Look, my thing with
About
Melo is we need a fresh, clean slate. We're not going to do it while Melo is here. I'm not saying this guy's a bad person. He's a model citizen. He's perfect by almost every standard, but you have not produced anything for us in terms of what
The
we're really
long-term
looking
goal.
for in terms of that star role in comparison to what your peers are doing. And these guys argue that we can't put you to that pedestal. I'm sorry. It's by default. It is what it is.
So you look at what
He is respecting Melo so much. He holds him at a high regard. I'm pretty damn sure. He's that big bro. He showed him, how to come into this league. He's not going to develop fully. He's going to continue to pass it on to him.
No, when show me
Bro,
a
you
physical,
learn on the
but
job,
show me a
son.
tangible example
learn
where
on the
Kristaps
job.
Porzingis is actually passing the ball to Melo instead. He averages like 1 assist a game, man. He doesn't pass the ball like that. He's
Not
got
in
a scorer's
terms of the
mentality.
assists.
But hold on. If you have a scorer's mentality and you're Carmelo Anthony, all right, he averaged 20-something a game, nothing special, 3 to 4 assists a game. He is a prolific scorer, but what has he brought to the team? It's all about the intangible. I think if a player's come into the New York Knicks, it's like, why the fuck would I get any confidence playing alongside Melo? Will I know, oh, this dude's gonna teach me the right way? Will I know this guy's gonna set picture me, like tell me where to be on the floor? Like, no.
Play
All you
defense.
know is he's gonna be like, all right, the ball's gonna go to Melo. He's gonna be a mid-range shooter. He's gonna play defense here or there. It hasn't worked for the past 7
So,
years.
on
The
the
Denver
flip
Nuggets
side-
are further along than the Knicks are, and the Knicks are in New York versus Denver, Colorado. I doubt it's the weed legalization that made them a better squad.
Well, here.
I-
First of all, I think it's
Like,
unfair.
what's-
Just put the fact aside that he's a prolific scorer, that KP and the rest of the rookies may benefit from him. Let's take that out of the equation here, and I say let's keep Melo for the mere fact that we're not going to get equal value or near equal value in return.
He's under contract. for
Yeah, but
years.
that's what I'm
Might as
saying.
well
like,
just keep him.
but
I mean,
I
what's
think
a
it's the
second round pick for
intangibles. I think
Carmelo?
it's opening up just a better atmosphere. I think keeping Melo
I don't
will hurt
think
us more in the
Melo.
long run.
No, I
Yeah,
don't
like,
think Melo's
Melo's
the
the
problem. Like,
problem?
you
I
guys
don't
are saying
understand.
that free agents aren't coming. They don't want to play with Melo, but they don't want to play in New York. Like, free agents
don't wanna play
doesn't.
for the
Cap
triangle.
space isn't gonna matter. Nothing's gonna matter. Phil Jackson's here for 2 years. Keep Carmelo for 2 years. Let KP play his game under Carmelo. That's how it's gonna benefit him the
Let me
most.
ask you guys this. Let me just ask you guys
What's going
this.
to be different next year? You think the past 2 years?
I agree with Phil. I agree with Phil.
Sad.
The ball does stop with Melo. You guys can agree.
Not for the last 2.5 months.
Man, fuck what you said. You can agree that with this man off the court, have we not actually executed the triangle better? The team,
Yes,
the
I believe-
rookies
yes.
have bought into the system.
Yes.
Well,
and
okay,
seeing
alright.
people with like Billy coming up.
Yes.
KP, yes, he's on the come up. We know these things. I'm sorry. We can afford to let Melo go. And quote me now. Celtics will get eliminated in the playoffs. We will trade with the Celtics. We will send Melo there and get their first round pick. Quote me now. Quote me
Why
now.
would I quote you?
I
Because
will
that
say
discredits
shit.
my show. I don't want the show to be discredited.
Why
Because
would
that
that
is
make sense?
absurd. We're running out of time.
The
This-
Celtics. Hold on, I'm sorry. We just got to touch that.
The
what?
Celtics are the worst number 1 seed team
We're gonna
since the
trade
Seattle
Melo for
Supersonics in
the
1970.
Well, it's not happening.
But I can't even fathom that.
It wouldn't
Celtics are the
happen.
worst number
I would do
1
it.
seed.
It wouldn't happen. though.
What?
Celtics are the worst number
I
1
just
seed.
spent maybe about 20 seconds talking about how I wouldn't trade Melo due to the fact that we wouldn't get equal value. If we get a first round pick,
Yeah,
not only first
absolutely.
round,
I'm
but
on
the
board.
first overall pick, I'm trading Melo 10 times over. Like, you take Melo, take Lala, take everybody else you want. Like, go
That's
ahead.
gonna
I think
do
it's more
it.
than value, but whatever.
That's gonna do it. This is gonna go back and forth for ages. Let us know in the comments what
Oh,
you
wait.
guys think.
They just picked up Phil Jackson's contract for another 2 years, right?
Yep.
Isn't John's contract up? I think we should let him go for that statement. I don't think we'll be picking his contract up after that statement.
Let's go to the skit.
At least John makes sense.
That was a cheap shot.
This is Jeopardy!
All right, guys, welcome to another episode of Knicks Jeopardy.
Thanks, Alex.
No problem. Our categories tonight for $200, $400, and $600 are big decisions, Bulls shit, miscellaneous,
Okay.
and non-existent. We'll start with last week's champion, John. Why don't you get started with the board?
I'm in the champion seat, technically.
No, you're not. I'm in the middle, dog. I'm el campeón.
I'm here to win the game.
Still waiting for a category and a dollar amount, gentlemen.
I think I'm gonna go with miscellaneous, 200.
Okay. This mythical creature faced an Achilles injury to his very real Achilles. Might be the future face of the franchise, but needs to improve his defense and rebounding. He needs to get stronger, improve his post play, and knock it off with the fouls. Farhan?
Who is Kristaps Porzingis?
Is right. Farhan? You pick the category this time.
I will take Bulls shit for 200. Alex?
Bullshit for 200. Daringly combined the art of magic with basketball by vanishing before a game. This ex-Bulls player was athletic again, but couldn't make his teammates better or play D. He insisted on getting a max contract. No. John.
I think it is the man that is still searching for the answer of consent in Chicago.
Get that in question form, please.
Who is the rose petal of the garden, Derrick Rose?
Check the judges. Yeah. John, next category, please.
Okay, Bulls shit. 600, please.
Bullshit for 600. Knicks fans probably feel silly for asking, when am I ever going to use that in geometry class? But this offense, passed down from its success with the Bulls, never clicked for the Knicks, even if it only has 3 sides. Steph.
Rock bottom.
Can you get that in question form?
The triangle. What is a
That is
triangle?
correct. What is the triangle? Is correct.
Yes!
Steph. Moving on.
It's major bitch.
I'm gonna choose miscellaneous for 600, Alex.
Miscellaneous for 600. This player shot 45, 40, and 88 for the season, and all in all, did his job. I think it's gonna be far on between your nose and his hands.
Who's Courtney Lee?
I wish I was
Is
Jewish.
correct.
Ding, 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 ding.
Far out to the league with X amount of dollars. I haven't been doing the math, but you get to pick the next question.
I will take miscellaneous for 800. 800.
Only 400 available, so I'm gonna assume that's what you had.
Sorry, I'm hard
Miscellaneous
inside.
for 400.
Disqualification.
This former champion and upcoming free agent we should re-sign hustled off the bench all season, and I mean all. He was the only player on the team to play every game this season.
Who is Justin Holiday?
John is correct.
That poor ball.
It likes it.
John, you get the next question. The categories left are big decisions, bullshit, and non-existent.
Let's go with non-existent for 600. I'm feeling like a big
That's
ball.
ballsy. That's ballsy.
Non-existent. This person's
Are you okay?
Jesus. The fuck?
non-existent. This person's coaching skills.
like this.
Come again?
This person's this person's coaching skills
Who is Jeff Hornacek?
is correct.
Ding, 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 ding. That's fucked up. That's fucked up, Alex. Man can coach. Who made these questions up? Phil Jackson's fault. All right, let me get same category, 400.
Non-existent 400. The Knicks started the season with 14 of these.
What is a win? Fuck.
Yes, Jesus. I had 2 hands on it and I didn't get it. The fuck?
What's a win?
That's what she said. 1 second, guys. I pressed the wrong button on my special computer here.
Come on, Alex, you have one job. Same
All right.
category, let's finish it up.
All right, non-existent for 200. This major aspect of basketball, which audiences are known to chant for.
What is defense? Fuck.
You didn't even have to finish the question. It's correct. Farhan, you're killing it, man. You got what, like thousands of dollars?
Did I not say I was the champion? Away from everything. Did I not say it?
The categories left are big decisions and bullshit.
Let's go, big decisions.
Big decisions for
I got Twitter favorites.
400. This decider has banned former Knicks players from the Garden, banned honest opinions, and has apparently banned Knicks fans from any foreseeable happiness. John,
know that is.
Who is James Dolan?
is correct. John is
Jimmer Dolan.
This
Jimbo.
fucking basketball's gonna get pregnant by the time this game's over.
Yeah, we got mad cooties,
some
so.
other shit.
We're down to the last 2 questions. We got one more question in the big decisions category for 600 and bullshit for 400.
Hit us, baby.
Let's go with the shitty question for 400.
Bullshit for 400, earning 7.2 billion pennies.
I got it. Oh, fuck.
You guys want to answer the question since you want to molest the
Can you
ball?
finish?
The question?
Earning 7.2 billion pennies is hard work, or not. This ex-Chi-Town over-the-counter junkie was not his old defensive player of the year self, especially not the shoulder and knee parts, which is why he lasted only 46 games. Who am I talking about?
Who the fuck is Joakim Noah?
Is correct. Who the
Yes.
fuck is that?
I will be choosing. Can you tell me the rest of the categories that are left, please, Alex?
Big
Put it on the
decisions
screen
for
here.
600.
That's the daily double.
Daily double. Big decision.
So I'm up by like what, 1,200?
A lot of money.
Doesn't matter. I got a double, baby.
What you gonna gamble, bro?
I got the ball pregnant, so.
This Zen decision maker makes love to a geometric shape, hired the poor, tired, huddled masses of the Chicago Bulls, but has a draft pick and a mellow trade to make things right.
Who's Michael Jordan?
Will he wake up from his meditative coma?
I don't think so, because he was sleeping on the bus the other day, but who is Phil Jackson?
Yeah, who the fuck is Phil Jackson? And who does he think he is?
I don't know.
That's correct, though.
You'd think he'd be able to afford an Uber.
Well, that covers all my questions. I didn't do the math, but I'm pretty sure our defending champion is our continued champion, Farhan Hussein.
Just so we're clear, I thought he was the defending champion.
We don't gotta talk
He
about it.
was, but then you were in the seat, so.
Yeah.
This
no,
show
you're
has
right,
no
you're right.
memory.
Bring it on, IBM Watson.
We all need Ginkgo Balboa.
Dingleberry.
All right, guys. So draft. Every Knicks fan is talking about it. The Knicks, of course, ended up with either a 6th or 7th pick, 7th or 8th.
At least projected was.
Projected, yeah, and we don't know where that's going to end up. Of course, a couple years ago when we drafted KP, we were supposed to have the number 2 overall pick, but the lottery didn't work in our favor, and we ended up with Kristaps Porzingis, which I think we lucked out in that sense. I want to go through a couple of names here, a few names.
Wait, before we get into that though,
What's
you
up?
mentioned that we have a projected 6th, 7th pick. I just want to clarify this. We do have the potential to get a top 3 pick, which is 21.5% chance, and we do have the potential to get the number 1 pick overall, which would be nice. Of course, all Knicks fans would love to get that, which the percentage is 6.3.
Yeah.
So not high.
So you're saying there's a chance?
There is a chance.
There's a chance. All right, so let's start here. If you guys follow us on Instagram at MadGood Knicks Show, we posted our top 10. That's what we're gonna go through right now. Not necessarily the NBA Draft's top 10, but what is the best fit for the Knicks? So across the board, it looks like Jonathan Isaac is kind of in the middle of the top 10. We projected him at our top. Points per game, 12. Rebounds, 7.8. 6'10 freshman from Florida.
Solid
Forward.
kid.
Yeah, solid overall. Maybe someone who could replace Melo if he ends up going.
Yeah, potentially. He's very reminiscent of Brandon Ingram in terms of like build and style wise. Not quite as gifted offensively, but he has similar game to him. He could get to the basket, he could shoot a little bit. He's long and rangy.
Yep, speaking of long and rangy, KP 2.0.
Marketing.
Couple immature audience members here. Lauri Markkanen. So Arizona product, of course, foreign, which the Knicks love. They have a foreign obsession now. This kid is 7 feet tall and can shoot the 3.
Out of Finland.
7.2 rebounds, 15.6 points per game. And you know what? This could be a bench player for KP in his first 2 years.
Oh man.
I don't know where we would play him because we're packed at that position right now. If we're trying to build that franchise cornerstone in KP, I don't know if it's the right pick, but he's still a solid talent not to overlook.
I wouldn't do it, but it would be interesting to see both of them on the floor at the same time.
It would.
They have very similar games.
Yep. Now, let's get to the more realistic draft range here for the Knicks, which is probably going to be middle of the pack, 8 through 6 or 5. Frank.
How do you say this?
Frank.
Nidalakina?
Let's go with that one. Frank, he plays out in Germany. He currently playing for Strasbourg. Point guard. Long arm length. Huge kid. Can play defense. He can guard the perimeter like no other, which seems right up the Knicks' alley. And of course, he's foreign.
I would say this kid is probably the best on-ball defender in the draft, hands down. I've watched some of his game footage, some of his highlights. He gets up in there. He's not going to let anybody just score on him, and that's something that the Knicks have needed for how long now? Ever, I would say. Just, having that drive, that will to, I don't want to get beat, on the defensive end. It's just somebody we need.
Malik Monk.
Ah, man, he shot up the draft charts.
Could you imagine if we were to keep Carmelo, having Courtney Lee, Malik Monk, Carmelo Anthony, and Kristaps Porzingis on the floor with a legitimate point guard?
That would be something.
That is solid. And this kid can play some defense as well. He also dropped 46 on Lonzo Ball in high school.
Just saying.
Fun fact.
He also held Lonzo Ball to 10 points.
That he did.
In the tournament, and
Yeah, he did.
NCAA tournament this past year.
De'Aaron Fox, Kentucky, held Lonzo Ball, or he helped hold Lonzo Ball to 10 points in that March Madness game. What can we say about this kid?
He's really impressive.
Where does he fit in with the Knicks, most important? Point guard, he can play.
A defensive-minded point guard. He's pretty athletic. He's a lefty, and he's very crafty. He displayed his floater
39
pretty often.
points in
Yeah,
the
I mean,
semis, so.
it was no joke. Up until maybe, I guess, late first half, he was just dropping floaters right over Lonzo Ball's head. I like him. He's aggressive. He's excellent in transition, and he's a premier defender as well. Not quite as gifted as Frank, but he gets up in there all ball.
Dennis Smith Jr.
This is probably one of my favorites.
This is an interesting one. Right now, he's projected at 8. He's very likely could end up with the Knicks.
I love this.
This is one of the guys that's going to end up in the middle of the top 10. NC State. So he didn't play in the tournament.
No, they didn't make the tournament, but it wasn't his fault. He was dropping assists. He was dropping dimes out there, getting to the basket hard.
18 points, 4.6 rebounds, 6.2 assists. That's
no
all
joke.
around guard right there. 6'3", 195, strong kid.
You know who he reminds me of? He reminds me of a young Baron Davis. And I know we had Baron Davis for a short-term stint. He was later in there in years, but he reminds me of a young Baron Davis.
Josh Jackson, the quintessential, and the Knicks already called him the Melo replacement. They didn't quote that, but they said they want this kid if he's available.
Yeah, Phil said that he's willing to, I believe Phil said this, this is from, the sources, the anonymous sources that the Knicks so often have. But the Knicks were saying that even if a premier point guard is available and Josh Jackson is there, we're willing to overlook all of the point guards and just go after Josh Jackson, which I understand. I said to you, and we wrote this on our Instagram, that Josh Jackson is probably the best overall prospect in this draft. Offensive and defense, two-way threat. He's a great talent.
But you know what? Today's NBA is obsessed with point guards.
Very
is
true.
it fit for forwards to succeed like they once could?
He's a once-in-a-decade type of talent. It's quite possible that he could be, when it's all said and done, the best player in this draft.
That's interesting you say that. I know you're a diehard Duke fan. Jason Tatum.
Another kid I like.
He's a solid kid, and it's easy to not oversee any of the talent that he brings. Almost become obsessed with him and raise his draft stock.
Well, absolutely. I think he's a possibility for us.
6'8" freshman, 16.8 points per game, 7.3 rebounds, 2.1 assists. Of course, won that ACC title for Duke as well.
Mm-hmm.
Solid kid overall. Freshman, projected at 5th pick, and
his offensive game is
6'8", 205.
Oh yeah,
big kid, solid.
He's got all the range. Got 3 points, mid range. Got a pull up, jump shot, step back, turn around, fade away. He's got it all.
Let's talk about Lonzo Ball.
Must we talk about him? Can we talk about his dad? Can we talk about his dad real quick?
Let's get LeVar on the show quickly. Lonzo Ball, everyone's talked about him. We don't have to opine too much on this kid. It'd be great if the Knicks would have him. I question his toughness.
Do you know?
I do.
Mental toughness?
Mental.
Okay.
Mental toughness.
All right, that's understandable. He talks a big game. Not quite
No,
the game
his
his
dad
dad does.
talks a
Yeah, but
big
he
game.
backs it up. Did he
does.
not say he was the best point guard in the draft?
He
And
did,
he's better
yeah.
than
It was
Fultz?
quoted somewhere.
So, I
Quoted
mean, hey.
somewhere.
But when it comes to play, we've seen him.
The Jason Kidd
sometimes.
comparisons, they can't go unnoticed. He's a Jason Kidd that plays above the rim right now. True leader in the locker room. That's what got him so high up in that draft as well. But of course, he laid an egg in that NCAA elimination game. Markelle Fultz.
For much of the
Projected
season,
number
he's
one
been projected
overall.
number one. Yeah, that's up for debate at this point. I mean, we don't know who's gonna have the number one overall pick. Like we said, it could be the Knicks, right?
6.1%
We
chance.
never know. But
23 points a game, 5.7 rebounds, 5.9 assists. This kid is a fucking baller.
he's a beast.
He is. And on top of that, he plays point guard. So, a point guard like that, this is what the NBA is now made for. A high-scoring, high-volume point guard that just makes his team better and does everything. A la Russell Westbrook.
And James Harden.
And James Harden.
That's who my comparison would be. He's a little bit more
6'4",
athletic,
195.
a little more defensive than James Harden. He focuses it on defense, but he's just as solid offensively as James
Yeah.
Harden.
So, I mean, the Knicks could very well end up drafting some European we've never heard of with the second overall pick.
I.e.
Just
Kristaps Porzingis.
It's just a Nick thing to do. We're going to see, but in any case, follow us on Instagram. We'll keep you up to date. Hope you guys enjoyed this draft update. Thank you to our NCAA in-house expert here, showing us the ropes on the NBA draft upcoming. Let's go, Knicks.
Pay me.
John, it's the end of the semester. You know what that means?
It is. Grading time, I think.
Report card time.
Grading time.
Here's how this works. Farhan's gonna list off some names, and we're gonna give our takes on those seasons, on their seasons.
Who would trust us with that?
Final grades. Let's hear them.
Let's go, Far. Who's the first?
Carmelo Anthony.
Of course.
Oh shit. What did we say?
First.
Yeah.
What's your grade?
I'm gonna go with like a C+.
Why?
Because I hate Melo.
I'm gonna give him a B+ because he did his thing consistently. Nothing too great, nothing too bad. Just he contributed like he should.
He did the same shit he's been doing for 7 years.
Seth?
Yeah, that's true. I'll give him a B, a straight up average. He, like you said, we expect him to do all this shit, but it's going nowhere.
Next student.
Derrick Rose.
I'd give him that D, even though he doesn't play any.
Pause.
Dude, pause no more.
I'm gonna give him a D just because, actually a C- because he surprised us with his athletic ability, but like that's kind of what he was supposed to do. He didn't make anyone better. He just didn't do it for me.
Yeah, point guard averaging 4 assists throughout the season, and you don't know what consent means, you get an F.
Wow. Fuck that.
Next,
Kristaps Porzingis.
Oh lord.
Ozzy.
Oh lord.
B-. You didn't live up to expectations, but we still see potential. So
Bro, second year in the league, you still don't have a go-to move. You're disappointing me in that sense. Cat's showing you up. I want more from you.
Jokic,
That was a genuine. So what's your grade?
Jokic is showing you up.
Huh?
What's your grade?
Oh yeah, about that. Probably like a C+.
C+. All right, cool. I'm gonna give him a B- just because, like my bro said, he's a little below average. He needs to step his game
Try to
up.
copy me for you.
Yeah.
Courtney Lee.
Courtney Lee. I always forget he's on the team. It's kind of like that.
Yeah.
So it's one of those students where you're like,
He's good, but he's
I'm gonna
like,
give him 2 grades, bro. Courtney Lee throughout the season, for the most part, bro, you're gonna get like a C, but on nights that you were really aggressive, I'm gonna give you a B+.
Bullshit.
I'm gonna give him a B.
Fuck you.
But yeah, he did his thing. He had some great shooting statistics, to be honest with you. He probably should be a little bit more
But
aggressive.
he
So
didn't
B.
even shoot much.
I give him a B.
yeah, I'd give him a B+. Something
B
like
on
that.
aggressive nights, and I'm sorry you thought the fucking coach from another team was a player.
Partial credit. Partial credit. Partial credit. All right.
Kyle O'Quinn.
I like.
Can I grade
Kyle
him or the
Quinn.
beard?
C.
I like Kyle Quinn.
C for lack of consistency.
Really?
Ironically, C.
Bro, you fouled your own teammate the other day. You're disqualified from even a
Yeah,
grade. So
Yeah. I'll do the double grade too. C when he doesn't want to
Not
put
bad.
any effort. Oh, C when he doesn't want to put out any effort. But I'd give him a fucking B+ when he decides to play like a man. Because when he does, there's no stopping him.
you're still
Really.
disqualified.
You don't
in my
get 2
book.
grades in the real world.
Yeah.
So overall team score.
Solid.
A G.
That's it for this semester.
Yeah.
Better luck next year.
Because it's always about next year with the Knicks.
Gotta get that average up. If you want to make it to the schools that we want to get you. Done. Dunzo. Pretty pathetic season. We probably could have delivered way more content if the Knicks didn't relegate us to just talking about defense.
No, we gave as much content as possible.
That's true.
Rebecca, you look great out there. You did a great job.
Clyde, you did your thing, as always. Mike Breen, the MVP for the Knicks.
Bang!
Mike Breen,
Not
yo,
many bang moments, but
all I gotta say is Mike Breen's been doing this shit forever, and especially with how bad the Knicks have been. Let's all pull a Mike Breen here and come back next season and have some faith.
And I would definitely bang Rebecca Harlow. Bang!
That's the MadGood Knicks Show. Thanks for the season, guys.
We love
you
everybody.
very much.
Everybody.
We'll see you again next year and probably a little bit in between. Let us know in the comments. You guys want some more shows, some draft shows, whatnot. Let us know.
Stay tuned for the off-season motherfuckers.
John Legend's coming out with a new album.
We rooting for in the
this
playoffs.
season.
Yeah.
Let us know in the comments.